Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Policing Like a Black Girl. Today's topic is sharing the power. As a police officer, the power that is bestowed upon us is awesome. It can be overwhelming, and it can be used properly as well as misused, whether inadvertently or purposefully. So, if there are any women law enforcement officers joining me today, I would just like to talk about how the power that is given, whether it's discretionary, that's a term that it's a police term. I'm not really sure if the general public at large is aware of police officers having discretionary power. So let me just break that down for a minute. Discretionary power is a full understanding, number one, that you understand the laws that you have sworn to uphold and enforce. That being said, with that understanding, you can put on a sliding scale, depending upon the situation, of how to enforce a law. Let's say you have a car stop, and the car stop probable cause would be that legally give you permission to pull someone over and stop them from their uh, civil rights or movement that you are thinking about. This person has, in your plain view and open view, has committed a violation, whether it is major or minor. So let's say it's minor, and let's just use a seatbelt violation for example. That's what comes to my mind is something that I feel that I could use discretionary power. So you pull a person over, and you say, "Excuse me, sir, madam. I'm pulling you over because it's the law to wear your seatbelt while operating a vehicle." And at that time, you can either get a personal warning, or you can write them a citation where if they would like to challenge it, they can go to court, have their day in court, because you're not actually saying they're guilty. You're just saying in front of you, you witnessed something that appeared to be illegal. And as a law enforcement officer, that is your responsibility. You have the right to stop someone that you feel that had just committed a crime in front of you, and you witnessed that. So discretionary power would be, hey, okay, the person's coming across very positive and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That's not something I normally do. I'm always wearing my seatbelt. And thank you, officer, for stopping me." Because normally I wear my seatbelt. I must have been distracted. And as an officer, you can say, "Okay, um, this time it's a warning, and be safe. Buckle up." You see them buckle up, and they go about their business. Okay, that's one way of handling that. Another way could be, "Understood. Thank you for the explanation. It's nice to know that you do not habitually drive without wearing your safety gear. Okay. However, I'm going to write you a citation. It's not an admission of guilt. You can request a court date, and you can also request for me to be present at your court date to as a witness that I felt that you were violating the law. I'll give you a citation. The person signed going their way." So what just happened? In the first example, the officer used discretionary power. They could have written a citation or just give them a warning and have a nice day. In either case, the motorist was able to continue on with their movement. They were not detained unnecessarily an extended amount of time. Another way could have been things could have escalated really, could have gone left really quick. And it could have been, it could have led to like an arrest or a car tow or whatever. That's extreme left. Extreme right would be, I'm giving you a warning. Have a nice day. Extreme left, person ended up being arrested, car towed. Somewhere in the middle, there police discretion was used. Okay. So what I'm saying is that for me, as a police officer in Baltimore, Maryland, doing my tour of duty, I discovered, and perhaps I had that um, quality of how I perceive whatever power I had, whatever position I was in, whatever hierarchical position that I may have been in, where I was a decision maker, or I was at the top of that pyramid, that things flowed for me. I learned early on as a child that it's better to share your power, especially if you're in a relationship. And I don't understand how anybody can be walking on planet Earth not in some form of relationship, even as a police officer. We are in a relationship type of situation. Really? Yeah, not just with other police officers, but with the community, with the public. We are in a relationship with them. They have entrusted us to keep them safe. We have sworn, I will keep you safe to the best of my ability and with my knowledge and my understanding and with my professional expertise and all the training that I received in the academy and all the courses that I was able to successfully complete and all the defense training I was able to successfully complete and all of that. So now you are a law enforcement officer sworn to uphold the law. That's not the only thing to keep the citizens safe. That's not the only thing to keep yourself safe. That's not the only thing. And to keep your partner and those who work with you safe so everybody can go back home the way that they came. So for me, my tip for today is, and thank you for coming to my channel, is to share the power. Sharing the power, you can never, ever go wrong. Holding power close to your chest, especially if you are in a relationship type of a power uh, um, construct, if you will. Nothing positive will come out of holding power close to your chest. Nothing positive can come out of that by its own nature. It just can't. It's a fixed law. When you are in a relationship and you are able to share the power that you have, how much better it will be when you are collaborating with another, working together with another. And what's the benefits of that? What comes out of that? What comes out of that is trust, understanding, working shoulder to shoulder, and everybody working for the same common goal, for the same common outcome, the same common cause, if you will. So, my tip for today, without uh, belaboring my point, is that if police officers could figure out how way within their own personality, accompanied with how the training that they have received, and to combine all of that together and to share the power with the community, because you will find that it's a two-way street. When you are sharing that what is given to you to accomplish the mission, you will find that they're working with someone that you're going to have a better outcome, and everyone is in a win-win situation. As a police officer, I just don't feel that you have the right or the privilege to keep all that power to yourself. I am the law. What I say goes. The highway or no way. This is how we're going to do that. Don't make me come back here again. Talking to people like, okay, I'm here now. We're going to do not. I do not want to come back here again and deal with this same situation. Well, it's not like talking down, being condescending to someone. How about if you were to say to someone, okay, I understand the situation that we have. You called me for some assistance. Let's just work together. Let's come together to see how we can resolve this conflict, this situation, this issue, this problem. Okay, how would you like to resolve this? I want them locked up. I want them out of the house. I want my landlord to do better. I want my car back. I need some medical attention. You see this knot inside my head that I just received. So it could be all of those things, all of those things. So, okay, how would you like for me to help you get your car back? Did you say it was just stolen? Um, how about you give me some information? How about you give me the tag number? Do you have a picture of the car? Do you have your registration? Oh, you left in the car. Well, whoever's driving your car, okay, basically, legally, you're giving them authority to drive your vehicle. Who told you to leave your registration in the glove compartment? That is such a misnomer. I wish that I could put up a billboard to let people know, do not ever, ever, ever leave your registration card in your car. Who told you that? That's a misnomer. That's an urban legend. Keep that with you. Then that way, if your car is discovered and we find someone driving it who an unauthorized person driving your vehicle, when we ask for the registration, they can't produce it. Ding, ding, ding. What's going to go off in the police officer's head is that, hey, hmm, looks like to me you do not have permission to drive this vehicle. There you go. So when as a police officer, I have found that if I can get information from someone, the information I don't have, did you leave the keys in the car? No, I did not leave the keys. I have all my keys right here. Okay, so evidently it was a fourth century. So you see the car, fourth century. Okay, so all these things help us to resolve the problem. Let's say someone claimed to have been physically, it's a crime against a person, and we get there, we can physically see that person is injured. Okay, is this a self-inflicted wound? No, I just had an altercation with this person. Is this person still on the premises? No, they just left. Do you have some information that we have about that person that we can help locate that person? Yes, I do. Because as an officer, I did not see the person injured you. You're saying they did, so we're going to give them a summons. Can't lock them up. When we find them, we can locate them and have them appear in court, and you can testify, and we can handle it like that. Or you get on the scene, there's a person right there with scrapes on his knuckles or her knuckles, and this person is injured and bleeding. Okay, as an officer, we can't put two and two together based upon what the information we get. So we're not ever operating with, we get to a scene, we know what happened, we know it all, we've seen it all, and we're going to handle it based upon what we just see without even talking to anyone. We always have to talk and converse with someone, with the complainant or the victim or a witness. So what does that tell you? Cooperation, collaboration, trust that the information that someone's giving you is accurate, is truthful. Because they're looking at us to say, we expect you, officer, to take care of the situation because we did call you. Okay, so um, my my tip for today to those who are tuning in, whether you're a law enforcement officer, wanted to be a law enforcement officer, or you're a citizen, or you have a loved one that's a law enforcement officer, you want to have a better understanding of what's going through their mind, what are they going through while they're out there, putting themselves on the line, putting themselves in jeopardy. A lot of thinking, a lot of processing, and a lot of the power that has been bestowed upon us. How do we use that? Are we using it to the best of our ability? Are we are we using it to the best way to best serve the public? So, in a nutshell, I would just like to say, in summary, today's tip for today: how to police like a black woman, how to police like a black girl. Share the power that's given to you. You will discover, if you haven't already determined, and I would like to think most police officers understand that. sharing the power, the authority that is bestowed upon you, and even the discretionary power that's given to every police officer. That we do not have to throw the book at someone depending upon the incident. That we have that. I always call it like a coupon, something that you can always call upon and use it sparingly and use it in a humane way because you're building trust. Just because we have the power to take away someone's freedom of movement doesn't always mean that that is always our objective. It doesn't always mean that that's something that we're going to use 100%. It doesn't always mean that is the most best way to resolve the situation. Sometimes it could compound the situation. I've seen that too, unfortunately, where the victim was misconstrued as being the suspect, and they just come from a lack of information that the officer is processing, whether it's their fault or people not coming forth or giving the correct information. But at the end of the day, it's always up for us to discern. It's always our decision whether we're getting the correct information, incorrect information. We use our own discretion. We use our own common sense. We use our own professional expertise. We fall upon what the law of the land is and have an understanding of whether something has been violated, illegal, uh, not acceptable by community standards or norms. And this is how to process all of that in a fair and equitable way and in a humane way when we're dealing with the citizens that we have given the authority to protect and to serve and also to be fair. So, as a woman, we come to the table with feminine attributes and how we process things through the lens of as a woman. It is what it is, and uh, and then as a black person, my childhood experiences as a young black girl growing up in the South and in Baltimore, Maryland, um, during my adult age, all of those experiences make me me. Helps to form me and how I process and understand, and also my appreciation of me being a black person and in the history, the black history that that my ancestors uh, have provided and accomplished and passed down to me. I feel that they have because I feel such a connection with being Black, happy to say. And that makes me me. That makes me me. And as a woman, and as a mother, and as a sister, and as an aunt, and as a daughter, and as a citizen. All those things make me me. So when you see me, that is who I am. And I've been very fortunate to be able to parlay all of those life experiences. Um, I'm very appreciative that I would say 95% of my life experiences have always been positive. Maybe it's just how I look at life, but I haven't had that many negative experiences that would sway me to the point where I um, am not generous nor compassionate or have empathy or sympathy towards my fellow human being, regardless of what they look like on the outside. But I happen to know who I am on the inside, and what you see is on the outside. But what goes on with me is on the inside, and that is how I police. So today's, I would say, my tip for today, for those who are in law enforcement, and I hope you're already doing it, share the power. It kept me alive. It kept all those who work with me alive. It kept all my partners alive and the citizens that I work with. My partners, the citizens, my partners, but not just my uh, officers in the same uniform. My partners were also the citizens and the residents of Baltimore, Maryland. They were my partners too. I would deputize them in a heartbeat. You're going to help me. We're going to do this together. So I just want to thank you and stay safe and stay in love. Peace.